Hello everyone, Roberto Suarez here with the Oregon Promise program. And this time around, we're talking about academic advising. And I'm very lucky to have joining me through Hangout, a Google Hangout, my good friend and academic advisor here at PCC, Mr. John Whitford. Hello, John.
Hey, Roberto, how's it going?
It's going well. Thank you for joining me here today. Why don't you tell students a little bit about the work that you do at PCC as an advisor and your history here at PCC?
All right. Well, I'm a general advisor here at Cascade Campus, Portland Community College. I've been advising for the last 14 years. I've been with the college for about 23. Had a lot of different positions, so had a lot of interactions with people from different departments, whether it's faculty or management. So it's kind of nice to be able to touch bases with all of those different areas. But as far as advising, been with the Cascade team for those 14 years, and we just really have a great team of advisors here that are ready to help students plan for their future.
Excellent. So speaking of planning for the future, we are coming up on the end of spring term and summer term will be here. And a lot of students might not be taking classes in the summer. Oregon Promise students don't actually get Oregon Promise aid in the summer. So I'm trying to figure out of ways to recommend to our students what to do over the summer. What are some of the things that they can take care of? So for those students who may not be taking a class in the summer, John, how can they use this time productively as far as planning for their next year?
Well, there's a couple of different things. Of course, I'm going to recommend coming in and seeing an advisor.
Sure.
And the advantage of that is if you wait until right before the term starts, you're going to be kind of doing things last minute and rushing in and trying to find out what classes are available. A lot of students don't know or don't realize that registration for summer term starts in just a couple of short weeks. Mm-hmm. So ideally, we want to get them in to see us right away. So they can plan for what they want to take class-wise. But if they're not taking classes in the summer, fall registration actually begins in August. A lot of students will wait until September because classes don't start until late September. But really come in July and August to help set up that plan, that academic plan, to know what you're going to take during the fall and beyond.
So this is the time, again, summertime, when things are a little bit slower and we're not quite as busy at the time when registration has started, to be able to sit down and look at those adjustments or changes that may need to be made to your academic plan.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is the time to get that all mapped out and ready to go.
Good. So another question for those students, there might be some students who do want to take classes in the summer. Maybe they're thinking that they want to move a little bit at a quicker pace through their completion of their credits. What are the recommendations for students that you typically have for taking summer classes?
Well, I think the thing about summer is it is a shorter term than the regular fall, winter, and spring. Instead of the typical 11-week quarter, it's generally about 8 weeks, sometimes in many cases 5 weeks for a course. So you're learning the same knowledge that you would in an 11-week term, except you're cramming it down into a much faster pace. So what a lot of summer students do is they kind of stretch themselves a little too far. We recommend maybe not attending full-time in the summer with 12 credits or so, maybe only part-time with 2 classes. Here in the Portland area, of course, the weather will be nice. You'll want to go outside and spend time having fun, and it's sometimes hard to drag yourself into a classroom. On that note, my own personal recommendation for students, in the summer, you may want to knock out one of those required classes. You've got to get through your writing or reading or your math class. But on the other hand, take something that you really enjoy, something that you want to take because you are interested in the subject and passionate about it. That makes it not such a drag to come in and go to school. You're actually looking forward to coming in and learning about U.S. history, which is a great topic right now. So many things you can come in and do during the summer just to keep that interest in school going. And that's, I would recommend taking a lighter load and maybe not go full time during the summer.
Good. That's good to know. Also, I think the idea of taking summer classes makes a lot more sense before summer term starts, and then summers get busy, things come up, and then you end up at times maybe even regretting having signed up for a summer course. So it's very good to give it some thought ahead of time. Again, good discussion to have with your academic advisor.
One more thing about summer classes, a lot of students will figure, well, it's summer, I'm just going to take an online course. That way I don't have to worry about getting into the college and doing that, which, that might be fine. And if you're a really self-motivated, dedicated student who doesn't tend to procrastinate, that might work well. If you're going to be traveling during the summer and you have access to the internet and you can get online and take your courses. But keep in mind, with online coursework, you still have that same amount of coursework that you would if you're in an in-person class. So you still have to do the same amount of work. It's just you get to do it at your leisure. You don't have a prescribed time to come in. So it could be a good option if you're not a procrastinator like some people I know.
and speaking, it's interesting you mentioned online courses, because for many students, the online option may be a more viable option in the summertime. For some students, coming in person to meet with an advisor might be a challenge. And so one of the reasons I wanted to do this Hangout session online with you is because we are starting to equip our advisors with tools to help them have meetings with students, not just face-to-face, but also virtually. I know that over at Cascade, all of the advisors now have webcams, and we have the Google Hangouts tool available through the MyPCC applications that we use. And so this could be an option also for academic advising for students who maybe coming in person wouldn't work out, to do a Hangout or a phone conversation or an audio conversation through Hangouts as well, correct?
Absolutely. I look forward to that. It's a technology that's been around for a while, and we haven't really put it to good use. We do have advisors that are specifically set up to do distance learning advising for students that are primarily in online courses. So they may use video conferencing, but for us general advisors and for most transfer students that are taking classes in person, we haven't really utilized this, and I think it's a great tool. You can email your advisor, of course, but a lot of the intricate details that we discuss and talk about can be missed through email or misunderstood through email. And of course, it's, waiting that day or two to get a response back and forth, especially with crucial things such as financial aid and transferability of coursework. It's important to get that information right away. So through Google Hangouts, we could do, a chat. I'm sure a lot of people out there have done customer service chats with their cable representative or their telephone or anything like that. I've done several myself, and they usually work well. But being able in a student-centered environment to see each other face to face, even if it is through video, can really make more of a connection. And part of advising is connecting with the student. And I think being able to utilize this will take us a lot further with being accessible. And so, a student who has the technological capability, they have an internet connection at home and a webcam. We are more than willing to meet with a student this way, and we can share documents. We can send you links that you may want to use. And I think most of us will also follow up with that. I think after having a chat session like this, as an advisor, we'll have our notes and we'll send those to the student through their PCC email so they can review those links and the information. So I think this is a great way to do it, and let's make good use of this technology.
Yeah, ideally in person is the best, but if you can't make it work in person, this is a good choice. It's technology that's being rolled out at different campuses individually, so it may not be that with a particular advisor you'll have the capability to do this, but you can always check when you contact the academic advising office for an appointment to see if this is an option you can pursue. And I'll make sure to provide the information on where to get all the academic advising offices from our website here on the video and on the newsletter as well. Well, John, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me here today through Google Hangouts.
Great, thanks for having me, Roberto.
All right, and for everybody out there, I will keep you in the loop.